Hi, it's Bonnie from Bonico Fiber Arts, and it's my turn to pull the next stitch of the day. So I'm gonna wait to see if anyone hops on. Hi, Oksana. Oh, hi, Diane. I literally just finished eating. Actually, I didn't even finish eating. I still have a few things on my plate that I will go back to, but I am going to finish that afterwards. Pull what you need. I don't know what you need, and I have no idea if I will pull it. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Oh, it's your first time viewing live, Oksana? Hi. Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining us, or joining me, because I'm by myself today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what everybody... I think a few people need chevron stitch. Hi, Marilyn. Yeah, I think I saw in some stories that people are looking for the chevron stitch, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll have to see. I guess I didn't mix up those bingo cards enough. I tried to make every single one a little bit different, but some of them were kind of like stuck in a certain spot because certain stitches just, we didn't want it to be too overly challenging for some people in like the beginners if it was in a particular spot that was like a lot of color and that kind of thing. So we were trying to be a little strategic about them, but every card is different. However, I guess in some ways, some of the stitches lined up for a lot of people. So we might have a lot of winners, which is exciting. So I think I am gonna go ahead and pull the stitch. So I have, hi Melissa, I have the jar here. Let's see, what are we gonna get? Okay, star stitch. Okay, star stitch, let me see, let me get that. Get that ready, and then I'm going to flip over to the first person point of view. I am the tech challenged one of the two of us, so let's see. I need to turn my camera around. What's happening? Oh, there it is. Don't mind my daughter's room, she's got a lot of stuff on her desk. Let me get this set up. Everybody see that okay? Yeah, I think that seems okay. All right, so star stitch. This is the star stitch right here. And it is, as far as if you know how to do the star stitch, you can just go ahead and find it on your card. But I will just give you a few pointers about how to approach it on your bingo card, depending on where it lies. This one here is in a solid area of green. But what you can do is just vary the sizes of them. Obviously change colors if you'd like. If you're in a spot that has multiple colors, you can use them as a fill and just scatter them, or you can line them up so it's a little bit tighter and more compact. But it's a very pretty stitch. It's basically like straight stitches that make a plus sign, and then they're gonna overlap, so they turn 45 degrees and they overlap, and then right in the center is like an elongated cross stitch that sort of tacks everything down. It's not the same as the ermine. It actually is a little bit different than the ermine because it has another set of stitches in the middle here too. So let's find it on the bingo board, on my bingo board. Well, actually, I'm going to demo it first, but... Oh, I need to draw it. And you know what I forgot? I forgot my friction marker, but I am in my daughter's room, and luckily, she's got friction markers in her room, too. So let me see. It is basically, I'll do it in here. it is basically a plus sign, okay? Then it's like you took that plus sign and you turned it 45 degrees and made another. And then at the end, it's going to be an elongated cross, and that holds everything down. So I'm going to draw a little guideline on the demo here, and then I'll show you on the bingo board. So I'm going to use the orange, actually, so it shows up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the plus sign. I'm going to make it left to right. I'm going to come up on the left side and go across to the right side. Hi, Jess. And then I'm going to make the vertical for the plus, so top to bottom. Okay, so that's the first part of it. Then you're going to like make another plus sign. It's almost like if I turn the hoop 45 degrees clockwise and I do the same thing. So I'm gonna make another left to right. And I mean, really, it doesn't matter if you're going left to right, right to left, or if you start top to bottom and then go the other direction. It doesn't really matter. You're just basically making two overlapping plus signs to start. Okay, so now I'm going to make the vertical on that second plus sign. Okay, so this is what you get. So you can see, Melissa, you asked about, is it like the ermine? It does have like extra legs. Okay, so this is where we're at now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back the way I was in the beginning. And I'm going to make a little X, like right here and right here. Okay, so I'm going to come up between these two right there. I'm going to come up, push it a little further. All right, and then I'm going to come diagonally and reinsert the needle here to make the first half of my cross. Now I'm going to go to the right side, and now I go between the vertical and that diagonal, again on the right side, and back down to this bottom left corner. I apologize for my very dry hands. I should have put lotion on, but if I put it on too close to when I'm gonna stitch, then I can't control my needle. It's too slippery. So it's winter and I just always have dry hands. But anyway, this is basically the star stitch. I don't know if it goes by other names. I don't think it does, but it's kind of sparkly looking, right? The other option is you can do that tacking stitch with the contrasting thread color as well, if you wanted to do that. But that's basically the mechanics of this stitch. So let's go ahead and find it on the bingo board. Let's see, star stitch. Okay, it's right here. So this one is in an all green spot, but I mean, I could add a contrasting yellow if I wanted to, or I can keep it all in green. It doesn't really matter. You just have fun with it. We are having so much fun seeing everyone's bingo boards and just seeing how you make it your own and how you're experimenting and having fun with it, or we hope you're having fun with it anyway. It looks pretty fun to us. Okay. So I'm going to get the green, and I'll use, I think this is 3 strands again. So what I would recommend is that if you are making a small one, oh, hi, Hannah. Hannah just joined us from Eliza B's. If you are making a smaller star stitch, then you might want to use less strands. So here, I'm going to do the 3 strands with that. But if you were making them even tinier, then you would probably want to use even less thread. or less strands, because it'll just show the definition of the stitch, the lines and the details of it much better if you are sorry, I'm late. Oh, they were getting, I hope Graham's concert went well. Yeah, so if you're making a small one, then you're gonna want to use less strands. It will give you a more defined stitch. If you're making a larger one, then you could probably get away with more. Or if you just want it to look really filled in and a little more substantial, you could also go ahead and use more strands. This is a fun one for flowers. You could use it as flowers and stars in the sky. Well, see, I actually just started from top to bottom. The original one, I demoed it from left to right, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. You can start whichever way as long as it looks like it in the end. Okay, so that's one. And then I'm gonna make the one on this angle another plus. And so it's good because this has the grid printed in the background, so you don't necessarily have to draw any guides in. Okay, and then I can go in and tack it in the middle here. Alrighty, down on the bottom right now. And then I come up and make the other elongated cross. No chevron today. I know people were asking for the chevron, and nope, we got star stitch, so I don't know what to tell ya. Guess not tonight. But so there's my first star stitch. And now I'm gonna jump over and do this one here. So this one's a little bit bigger. And you can sew it too. So like if you wanted to sew it, you could stay on the top of the fabric and I would come up on this side, and that way I'm able to jump over to make that horizontal stitch right away, and instead of the poke and pull. I do tend to be more of a poke and pull kind of stitcher. It makes it very slow, but it also makes it very precise. So it's just whatever you feel like. So if I come up and I want to come out at this corner, that keeps me on top of my fabric. And again, that's like the sewing method then, to stay on top. I don't know if I can get in the spot that I want, but I guess maybe, yeah, I think I can kind of manipulate it. So I need to make that first stitch for the elongated cross. So that's going to come down this direction in here. Team poke and pull, that's right. Well, Hannah, you're actually team sewing, aren't you? I'm team poke and pull. There we go. Okay, there we go. So that's a slightly larger one. And now I'm gonna move up and do this one here. And in the interest of time, I'm gonna be team sewing for now. Yeah, so how's everybody's board looking then with star stitch now? This is actually kind of fun because strangely, we've had so many linear stitches come up. This is day 5, I think, right? And this is our first sort of fill or like an isolated stitch, I guess you could call it. So that's kind of fun, something different. Okay, and now I come up and do the last, ooh, oh no, my needle came out. Eek. Okay, I'm gonna trim that. Get in there. There we go. All right, let me finish this one here. Something doesn't feel right. Okay, there we go. Okay. So that is, oh yes, looks sharper. Yes, I think so, right? It's tricky to do it, I think, the sewing method, but I think I did okay. It's not perfect, but you know, that's okay. I can live with this. So I'm going to tie off. And so like I said, I'll show you one with a contrasting color, actually. Let's do that. I think that would be fun. But if you guys are done listening to me, go ahead and go have fun stitching. Or if you need to go do something, I will not be sad if you leave me now. Okay, so poke and pull can be good for smaller stitches. Yes, definitely. Yeah, it just gives you so much more control, I think. So let's do another one, but this time I'm gonna, this is a full 6 strands. Okay, so this is a full 6 strands. And I'm going to, let's see, I think I'm gonna use this here. I'm gonna come up, and go down. I said I'm team poke and pull, and I'm totally doing the sewing method now. Ooh, there's like a little, smooth that out. Okay. There we go. Hello, Skook's Playground. Welcome. Let's see. Come down here. We are doing the star stitch for our late joiners. Okay, so if you want to do, so here's the first few stitches of that, and I'm going to tie off, and then I'm going to come in, I think, with the yellow. To do the cross and show you what that looks like. It's just a subtle change, but it is really cute if you want to use that to make flowers. So I'm going to use 3, I think this is 3 strands of yellow. And so I'm going to come up here to make that elongated. You're hoping for I know you and a few others, I think, were hoping for chevron. I was saying at the beginning, I guess I didn't do a good enough job moving all these things around, because even though everyone is different, every card is different, there are still ones where they sort of share, like certain linear ones just worked better on the outside, and it's because Hannah pulled so many linear ones. It's like, what's going on here? Yeah. Okay, so here it is with a little, like a yellow elongated cross in the center. Yeah. There you go. So basically that's it. I don't know if anybody has any questions or if I missed anything, but yeah, so this can be done as filling, used in rows. You didn't know that I know, I had no idea you're gonna do so many linear ones. Hannah was with that. Yeah, so you can use them to make borders. If you did them in rows, you can use them as little flowers. What else? I think that's it. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If not, I think we're gonna call it a night. Happy stitching, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow to pull the next one up more close. Yes, is this close enough? How's that? Or do you want me to stitch it? You're welcome, Marilyn. Yes, please put it closer to the, okay. How about that? Is this close enough? Okay. Yeah, I know my eyes are going bad now, and I have to like hold it so close. I really should just break down and get my progressive lenses, but it's so sad. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Oh, yes, stitch it again. Hannah, you want me to stitch it again? Stitch it again. Wait. You want me to stitch it again better, or or was it better that it's close up? You're confusing me. Did I do a bad job? Oh yes, the top one is difficult to see, yeah. And like those, the first two crosses get a little bit in the way. So it helps if you go in at a little bit of an angle, like poke the thing out. Let me, you know what, I'm gonna make one in with this yellow thread. So I'm gonna make one more. Okay, here, let me come up this way. All right, so I'm gonna make a vertical. I don't know. Hannah's telling me all these things, and I don't know if she wants me to do it or if I'm boring the heck out of everybody. But anyway, I'm about to do another star stitch because I just can't get enough. All right, so here's the second one. And then, okay. And you could play around with the length of these other spokes too, I guess, if you wanted to. Oh, thank you, my sweet Hannah. So let's see. Let's tack it up. Just let's pretend I knotted that off or wove it around in the back, okay? I'm gonna come in with the contrast one. And so you can kind of go in and out at an angle, and that might help to get the needle where you need it. Cause it's like tight in there. It's hard to get it in like in between those threads. Okay, so, ooh, well, a knot would have been helpful, Bonnie. Sorry about that. Make another knot. Oopies. We're live, and it's a real deal, people. All right, let's see. There we go, okay. So we're gonna make little mistakes like that. Okay, down in this corner, okay. All right, so that's the first cross. And then I'm gonna come up in that top right corner. Yeah, so you see how I come at an angle like this way, like that way to try to make sure I don't split the first two yellow stitches. Okay. And then down that way. You're welcome, Melissa. Okay, so that's another cross stitch contrast one. Okie doke. All right, gang. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow. I forget what time tomorrow. I think it's 2. So I will be back at 2 tomorrow. All right, good night, everyone. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Bye.